Happy Halloween and welcome into a special edition of Action Talk. I'm Thomas Shafer and I'm joined by my co-host Mark Saavedra, and we had to get dressed up for Halloween. Celebrations are going on this weekend, and this past weekend, me and Mark killed it, made so much money. My parlay I gave out on Action Talk last week hit. His teaser hit. So if you were taking our bets, if you tailed those plays, you're up big.
Yeah, and those were both 6-1 bets. So, I mean, I don't know what more you really want. These are free plays. You just got to go on YouTube and just check this out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Action Talk Bets, and you're getting free plays. We're 11-4 in the past 2 weeks on what we're just putting out on our Instagram stories. So, you know what, Thomas? I'm going to join you. Borat, thumbs up. Let's go. I love it. But can't get cocky, because when you get cocky, you fall into a pit. So I'm keeping my sights steady, looking ahead, and I'm looking ahead to this AFC East matchup that we have that could be the determining factor in who goes on to win the division. We've got the New England Patriots going into Buffalo. Bills are 4-point favorites here. How are you feeling about this one, Thomas?
This line seems a little fishy because it's only -4, and the Patriots looked awful last week. And I might have to fall for that trap because I really like the Bills in this game. -4, Cam Newton's looked like the worst quarterback in the NFL, maybe worse than Dwayne Haskins as a starter. It is bad. 2 touchdowns, 7 picks, no weapons. Their run game it's okay, I guess, with Damian Harris, but they have no weapons on the outside. Edelman's held a 1 catch last week. He's washed up. He might have to go run over to Tampa Bay to go fix his career. And they're the 29th ranked scoring offense in the NFL. I don't know how you can take anybody but the Bills at -4, lay those small points.
Ooh, small? I don't know. With the amount of 1-point games like you saw at the Lions last week or field goal games, I wouldn't call that small, man, especially in a division game where you've got Bill Belichick on the other side of the ball. Ain't got to fade you here and take the Patriots +4. I don't know about the money line on either side. This is just a weird game. To be truthful, I'm probably going to take a lot more alternate lines of like Patriots +7.5 and a lot of my parlays, but I trust +4. I think if anything, Patriots lose by under a field goal, but I think this is a game that they bounce back. And sorry, just really quick, I think Nick Foles is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Let me just say that because you mentioned Dwayne Haskins and Cam Newton, but Nick Foles is atrocious. And Matt Nagy doesn't have those play calling. Well, that's a different conversation. Maybe we have it next week. But roll the Patriots here +4. Sorry I took up so much time there.
That's okay. Cam Newton's he might be out of the league next year, honestly. I don't even think this guy can be a backup. His arm shot. All he can do is kind of run a little bit. And the Bills' weapons are just better than the Patriots. Patriots' defense looked really bad against the 49ers, and Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look good, so it was the run game that was blowing them up. So I think Josh Allen if he can't really throw great against them, I think he's going to be able to run all over the Patriots. And Stephon Diggs looks good this year, man. I don't know, Cam Newton.
Okay, really quick about the defense. I mean, what do you want the defense to do when the offense can't keep the ball and they just keep turning it over and they can't score? And, I mean, like, of course you're going to give up points and you're going to be exhausted. So, yeah, they got beat bad, but what do you want us to do? All right, it was a bad game, bad week. I trust Bill Belichick to make adjustments, and I think he's going to find a way to get him and McDaniel's going to find a way to get Cam in a rhythm early. I still trust this run game. I don't think they're going against as good of a defense. The Bills have gotten lit up the past couple weeks. They even scared us a little bit last week with the Jets. I mean, the Jets scoring 17 is pretty outrageous in my opinion. So, I don't know. I got to fade the Bills here. Got to not lay the points. Excuse me. I'm taking the points. Taking Pats +4. Let's. Oh, L. Are you giving me the finger or the L? What are you telling me?
No. What I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna handcuff you. I'm gonna handcuff you from making this terrible bet. I'm not letting you make that bet because you cannot bet on Cam Newton this weekend. I'm saving you. This arrest is to save you from making a terrible, terrible choice.
That's adorable. I love that you brought out a prop. I mean, this is the best I can give you. But Batman doesn't get arrested. I escape into the night. Anyway, Sorry, man. I think I got to do it. And like I said, I'm definitely thinking that alternate line plus 7.5. And excuse me, I said the Jets scored 17. The Bills were the team that scored 18. Jets scored 10, and they scored all in the first half. But still, Bills did give us a scare last week. I was texting you, freaking out, quite literally sweating. Like my forehead was greasy. I was just a mess, man. But sorry, let me hear you because you gave me the rant.
I don't have those handcuffs just laying around my house either. I actually went out of my way to the dollar store to buy those, and I thought that was a good little prop to use. And, I felt a little strange still buying handcuffs at the dollar store. But let's move on to the next game, the game of the week, Steelers at Ravens. Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite. Who do you like? I know you're a Steelers guy, and I know they've been making us money. What do you think here, man?
You remember I told you can't fade the Chiefs because they gave me like 10 wins in a row, whatever it was? Yeah, same thing here, buddy. Not fading the hot hand. I'm rolling with the Steelers, and I'm not even going to mess with that plus 3.5. Although I think it's a lock, but I'm taking that money line. I love that plus 155. It's moved around a little bit. They were a 5.5-point dog when they first opened up. So the fact that the line jumped down 2 points in the first day has got to tell you something. People are taking the Steelers, and rightfully so. They handled Derrick Henry last week. I think we can handle Lamar Jackson. And if Lamar Jackson's faced with second and third and long, man, good luck throwing the ball against this defense when we've got that pass rush coming at you. Oh, my goodness, good luck.
Yeah, I'm telling you on this. I said last week that you guys were going to keep Derrick Henry in check and you guys were going to win outright. And you guys held him to like 75 yards in a touchdown. And, for the most part of the game, he was bottled up and he couldn't do anything. And I don't think the Steelers' number 2 rush defense is going to have an issue with Gus Edwards, Mark Ingram, or J.K. Dobbins. And good luck, Lamar Jackson running free against this defense. Do you really want to get popped in the face by one of these massive linebackers or defensive ends or safeties that the Steelers are loaded with? I don't think so. I think this guy was going to want to last the whole season, and it's going to be set up for him to have to win from the pocket, and I don't think he's capable of doing this against this defense. I think this is a huge mistake by Vegas to let the Steelers be underdogs in this game. I'm slamming this. They've made us too much money to stop now.
The thing is that I think like the media and like even watching the game last week, like people have been kind of in like, this is where the Steelers are really going to get tested. This is like the real test. Although like I've been hearing, this is a test. This is a test. And we've only really had like 1 or 2, but what I mean? I've been hearing, but this is apparently a real test. So we go into Baltimore and we win. People might actually buy in, but I'm buying in already, man. I didn't buy in last week. I thought last week was the one we were going to lose because of Derrick Henry, but my goodness. Robert Spillane filling in for Devin Bush, being able to stonewall Derrick Henry on the goal line was just absurd. Had help from TJ Watt, but I love what I see from that defense, and we probably have the best edge rush combo in the NFL. I don't know how Lamar Jackson's going to be able to get outside with those guys, and hopefully if Mike Hilton's able to come back, that's another speedy corner that can help if we're able to get him, keep him on we usually like to blitz him. He's probably the best blitzing corner in the NFL, actually. So if we can have him blitzing with our edge rushers, man, we're going to contain Lamar Jackson. So definitely taking the Steelers money line. Sorry for the long-winded answer, but I'm passionate. We're playing the Ravens. I hate the Ravens. This is great.
Yeah, dude, like I said, I'm all over that. They've made us too much money, to stop betting on them now. Sprinkle them all through your parlays because this is going to be a great win for the Steelers this weekend. And the next game we got going on, this is another divisional game. 49ers going on the road to the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 3-point favorite. Who do you have in this one?
Let me just say this is a game that I'm treading lightly in because it really can go either way. But after what I saw last week, I think I got to go with San Francisco 49ers, man. I'm probably going to take the +3 and keep it, play it safe just in case there's a last-minute 1-point, 2-point upset that Russell Wilson is obviously able, more than capable of doing. So I'm taking the +3 with the 49ers, man. I think that Russell Wilson's defense is piss poor, and Kyle Shanahan going up against that, are you kidding me? He's going to have a field day. Running the ball, passing the ball, doesn't matter. Jimmy Garoppolo's not going to have that type of day. He's just going to be thinking and dunking, and they'll be just fine. So taking the 49ers +3.
I'm with you on this, not betting wise, but treading lightly. I'm not really confident in this game. This game, I probably will have in a couple parlays, but nothing big. But I'm going to take Russell Wilson and lay those 3 points with the Seattle Seahawks. I think this is going to be a shootout. Like you said, the Seahawks defense is awful. And every game they've pretty much been in has been a little wild and close. So the 3-point game kind of makes sense. But I just have to go with Russell Wilson because he's the better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think this is going to be like a shootout where it's back and forth, and whoever messes up, whoever throws the pick, that's the team that's going to lose or win with Russell Wilson. And I don't think Russell Wilson's going to make that mistake 2 weeks in a row. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look good against the Patriots. The run game really helped him out in that game, and Cam Newton being awful. But, tread lightly with this one. I'm not too confident in this, but if I have a gun to my head, I'm going with Russell Wilson in those little 3 points.
Yeah, this is honestly a game where I'm probably going to bet on both teams, believe it or not. I know people think that sounds crazy at home. They're like, wait, what? How are you going to make money? Well, because I put together a 17 parlay. I do the exact same thing with one team and the other, and I'll have one with the money line, probably with Niners, and then one with the Seahawks. Put out a small single bet, like I said, the +3. I'll feel a little bit more confident with that, and I'm sure that by Sunday the line might move up to like +3.5 or 4. So I'll definitely be taking that spread in a single bet, but definitely my parlays, like I said, 2 parlays. Take both of them, lock them in with maybe 3 teams you really like. I'm just a greedy bastard, and I like to get 17 parlays going. So that's that. And speaking of parlays, they're coming up. Our parlays and teasers are coming up. But Thomas, let me hear that best bet. You've been nailing these this season, so let me hear your best bet of the week.
Man, you've been good with the best bet too. We've both been good. So, we got to give ourselves each credit where credit is due. And I have to go with the Browns -2. They have the Raiders coming to town. I'm not worried about Odell. They're a run-first team anyways. And look, Baker Mayfield won that game against the Bengals. I know it's the Bengals, but he still led a comeback victory without Odell. And Myles Garrett is leading the NFL in sacks. I think he's going to rough up Derek Carr. Derek Carr was getting roughed up last week against the Bucs. That was bad. He was taking a lot of shots. So I think Myles Garrett is going to have a big game. And, hey, if you have a little bit of money to spare, he's still +250 to win Defensive Player of the Year. I think it's going to be one of the guys that leads the league in sacks, and he's leading right now, so jump on that before it's in the minus territory. What about you?
Just say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me just say that I think that if it weren't for the league being so being so in love with quarterbacks, your comeback player of the year prop at the beginning of the season, Myles Garrett, would be a lock. But hey, defensive player of the year, I think his odds may have actually been better for that to open up the season, so not too bad there. My best bet is going to be Steelers +3.5, just because I got to give you my best bet. There is a world where the Ravens can beat us. Absolutely. I'm not going to be ignorant and biased. They can beat us. Is it going to be by 4 points or more? Absolutely not. It's going to be a tight game. If they win, it's going to be by 3. So I got to go with the Steelers +3.5 as my best bet. But like I said, definitely taking the Steelers money line, and I'm definitely taking the Steelers alternate line -3.5 and get a complete tease the opposite direction and slam that plus money there. So that's my best bet. Steelers +3.5. Lock it in. Thomas, what's your underdog of the week, man? You have been absolutely killing.
Yeah, I've been good the last 2 weeks. I've hit 2 in a row. So I'm getting a little bit more consistent here. And I got to go with your Steelers, man. I think this is the best play for the underdog of the week. And I just think they shut down the run, force Lamar to throw the ball, and we're raking in the money and sprinkle that in your parlays. Take it just straight up. I think that's the best underdog of the week.
Yeah, it's definitely the best underdog of the week. So it sucks that that's your underdog of the week. But I think I got to go with the Lions because just from being around you, I've just grown more and more each day and pretty much every waking second to hate Phillip Rivers more and more each and every waking second. So I got to fade him. I pretty much fade him every week, which doesn't sound too smart because the Colts have a pretty good record. But definitely fading him here, going with the Lions +130. I love what I saw from Matthew Stafford. I know he did all that against the Falcons defense, and he's going against a much stiffer defense, but I definitely love the Lions, plus 130. I think they get the ball rolling. Patricia is coaching for his job. So taking that right there.
I agree. And where we made all of our money last week was our parlays and our teasers that we gave out. So my 3-leg parlay this week hit last week, new week 8 parlay. We got Bills -4, Browns -2.5, and the Titans -6, 10 to win 61. Mark, what do you got?
Oof. Well, last week I got burned by that Bills -13. I got greedy. So I'm going a little bit more conservative this week. I'm going to go ahead and take the Browns money line, Steelers money line plus 160. That's where it got a little greedy. And then Saints money line, I really trust them. Bears have been miserable. So that's going to be 10 to win 54. Not 6 to 1, but it's pretty damn close and pretty juicy. So that's what I'm going with this week.
Yeah, you put yours in the doc. You know, we work off a doc to see what our plays are. And I saw that you had Browns and the Steelers, and I was just like, damn, I wanted to put the Steelers in mine, so I had to do it a little bit different. But it's okay. I'm probably going to tail yours anyways because we're so good at these. And here's my teaser for the week. Last week, I missed it by half a point. The Seattle Seahawks screwed me. I had them plus 2.5, and I went to bed when they were up 10 points, and the Cardinals came back and won, and that would have been another huge winner for me. So this is my teaser this week: Browns, Packers, Bills, Steelers, Titans, Bucks. I like all those teams to win outright. Bucks covering 5 points against the Giants. That's too easy.
Same. I kind of did the same thing that you did. I chose a bunch of teams I like to win outright, and luckily, 2 of them were 3-point favorites. So I was able to get the Lions and Niners at +9, and I love that. But I got the Packers in there, the Steelers, Titans, and Saints. So those are a couple more 6 to 1 bets that you guys can tail from us. Excuse me. Just be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Action Talk Bets, because we went 11-4 in the past 2 weeks. I mean, you guys cannot be missing out on this free money. So please be sure to like and subscribe below. And like I said, follow us on Instagram and Twitter.